Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Commentary Hub and all the commentary platforms on all YouTube channels and all participating YouTube channels, and of course the Twitch channel. This is JB here, John Stuttard, in our new Lancashire studios. Apologies if you could hear some sewing in the background. We've got the builders in at the moment, but never mind. We're here. We've got 2 games from the Arnold Clark Cup later on. We've got England-Germany with Nicholas a little bit later on for you at 7:30. But today at Wolves, at Molineux, it's Spain and Canada, and this actually has implications on the whole tournament, really, because if Canada win and win well, they will win the trophy outright. Anything else, and England and Germany have got a fair chance of winning it themselves later with a better goal difference. So it's still very much all to play for as we go into the final round of games. Of course, let me just remind you of the scores so far. 1-1 in both the opening games at the Riverside in Middlesbrough, and then it was 0-0 between England and Spain and 1-0 to Canada over Germany. That was at Carrow Road on Sunday. He played in the midst of Storm Franklin. But thankfully, there was no storms at Molineux this afternoon, where Russ Manning is waiting to bring you full match commentary of the opening game. And of course, Nicholas Jones will be with you at just before 7:30, or around about 7:20 this evening, for the final game of the whole thing as England take on Germany. So it's been an interesting tournament, to say the least. Not too great attendances for the non-English games. 249 at the Riverside, and only 119 bothered turning up for Canada-Germany, which really is a little bit of a disappointment, really, especially for the sponsors and for the FA who organised it. We expected a better turnout than that for the tournament, which has been okay. It's been on the TV a lot. It's been on terrestrial TV, which has been good for the women's game. It's just a shame that the non-England games haven't got the attendances that they should be honoured, because you look at the calibre of the players on the show, you'd have thought there'd have been a few more, at least braving the conditions to come and watch a game of football. This has been played on a Wednesday afternoon, where a time where people are actually working, which is not ideal, but the teams are in the tunnel anyway. So let's just not think about the implications about what's going to happen with the attendances. I'm sure they'll have it all fixed up for next year if they go again. But we've had 14,000 for an England game anyway, so yeah, women's football does have a tendency to just get a bit more interesting, especially when the non-English games are being played here. But let's hope we've got at least a good sized crowd here. It seems to me at Wolves, and it should be an absolute terrific confrontation. So if Canada win, they win the tournament outright with 1 game to play. That's between Canada. That's between England and Germany later on. That's with Nicholas. But right now, let's get over to the commentary box. Let's go down from Lancashire to the Midlands, to Wolves and to Molineux, where Russ Burning is waiting in the commentary box to talk you through it. Russ, it's all yours. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, JB. As we have now going to quickly just pause for the national anthems.
From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our glorious and
The national anthems there sung with great gusto as we get ready for the first of the final round matches taking place this evening. Well, first one this afternoon, second one this evening, and we'll have a look at the two teams for you very, very shortly as we get ready for the final round of fixtures. As JB mentioned at the top of the show, if Canada do win this evening, or this afternoon or morning, depending where you are in the world, they will be Arnold Clark Cup champions. But if it's a draw or a Spain win, that could give complications to let England or Germany, depending on points or goal difference, goals scored, head-to-head results, fair play ranking, to get with the result in later on in the tournament. So far, Canada are top with a win and a draw from the opening two matches. England are second with two draws from their opening matches, as are Spain, two draws from their opening matches. Germany have got a draw and a defeat, so Germany that they really need to do get a positive result against England, as do England need to get a positive result and possibly a win. That's later on for the Lionesses. First up, we'll turn our attentions to Spain against Canada, which is taking place at Molineux this afternoon. It's coming up towards 2:30 p.m. UK time. And we'll get ready to look at the two sides for you as Canada just going through the last few minutes of instructions. As we look at the Spain side, it's Cardalo in goal, Garcia, Andreas, Mapillon and Ribari at the back. Omiti, Guerrero and Putellas in midfield with Cardona, Amoso the captain and Athena at left front attack. As for Canada, it's Sheridan, Rivera, Buchanan, Jadorski, Lawrence, Aludu, Scott and Fleming, Becky, Batuma and Rose make up the side. Majority of the bench is made up of the rest of the squad. Cheryl Foster from Wales is the referee today. She is a former WSL player. It should be a good game. It'll be Spain who kick us off in their traditional colours of red, black, red shirts, dark blue shorts and dark blue socks after the players tear the knee. Canada in what you would say Leeds United colours, around your colours, all white strip. The famous all white strippers. Cheryl Foster gets the game underway with Spain kicking us off. Canada can win the tournament later, and Spain will be in the drama seat if they win this evening as well. It should be a good game as Canada win an aerial throw on this left-hand side, which will be taken by Lawrence. Lawrence will take it and throw it down the line. Good bit of play from Canada starting off well as here's Rose and good bit of play. And here's Lawrence now. Actually, Lawrence coming forward on this left-hand side. Pushes the ball in. That's for Rose and he's just wide. Ultimate with the effort there, and just went inside 42 seconds, and that was almost the opening goal of the game. Brilliant bit of play from Canada down the left hand side. They want to win the tournament for England and Germany play. Brilliant close in by Becky. Brilliant chase down by Becky, and Merta is shot is blocked by Urabe, the left back of Spain, who cut in from the left to block that shot. Otherwise, Spain would have been a goal down already, and Canada would be on course to win the whole tournament. Is Janine Becky with the corner then from this near left-hand touchline. Balls in towards the penalty area. It's cleared away the near post there by Mappin Leon. I think he might have been, or it might have been Andreas who was in the defence there. But a good start this from Canada. As is Janine Becky once more. And Becky can't get it after a throw there, going past Garcia. And he's out for a goal kick to Spain. Good start from Canada and Bev Priestman's side, who was part of the Phil Neville setup at the England Lionesses camp before Serena Wiegman came in and fetched her own coaching staff in for the Lionesses. She's now the Canadian manager. And Spain will look to break away. And Werner down the left-hand side in towards Pateas, who's done really, really well so far in this tournament from what I've seen, and she's been a good performer of late for Spain. Good, strong squad that the Spanish have picked for this game, and the tournament in general should be a good afternoon's game of football as Spain concede a free kick for a foul on Lawrence by Cardona, the Real Madrid player. Good bit of star there, and from both teams so far, played 2 and a bit minutes, coming towards 3 minutes already. Spain 0, Canada 0. Lawrence is referring forward with Kodolski, who plays for Spain, should I say, clears away for Canada for having that free kick. He's headed there. There's an header and a free kick to Canada. Aladou there was a foul. There was a player who was fouled. Cheryl Foster played for Liverpool in the WSL, and she's doing fairly well so far in her refereeing career as well. As Cheryl Foster, from the reckoning I've got of her games being refereed. This is Janine Becky to Taylor, free kick for Canada. They've got players forward from the back. He likes the Buchanan and Jadorski. The ball's in towards the penalty area. Cleared away on the edge. And now Spain with Jennifer Mercer. And now down the line to Athena, who can't keep the ball in place. It's cut out there by Riviera, the right back for Canada tonight. Or this afternoon or morning, depending where you're tuned in. A very happy Wednesday to you, or happy Thursday, depending where you're all tuned in from. Let us know where you're all tuned in from and what date it will save. Have a good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending where you all are. As is Spain coming forward with Cardona. Cardona wins a throw for Spain on this near side. And it's Garcia with the throw. Lovely bit of play. And now here is Andreas. Good bit of play now. It's with Bonmati. Bonmati does well, and she manages to keep hold of possession for Spain. And Spain still have got, but Emily Lawrence was watching the Garcia well there, but she managed to keep possession well. Now is Mapi Leon. And now here, Patrick Guerrero. Love the ball towards Jenny Hermoso, who tried to let the ball run. Lovely challenge there from Spain as Arby comes forward. Pateas lost out, and now Fleming. Lovely ball from Jesse Fleming for Rose, who controlled it well, but it was in heavy touch from Rose, but she still manages to keep on her possession, and she wins her side a throw in down on this near left and touchline. It is still Spain 0, Canada 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the TC Hub, JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM, TC Hub 2 as well. We're also across our Twitch channels. There's Twitch channel this afternoon as well. Later on, as JB mentioned, we've got commentary on England's game, but We'll go back to the minutes. Riviera steal it in, and Rose going to keep the ball in as Canada are exploiting the Spain down the left hand side and right hand side of Spain's defence. And Spain gave the ball away. Brilliant. Bonmati on the first area, and that almost going there. Rose couldn't direct it back across goal and cause more problems, especially for the goalkeeper, Gallardo, should I say. And now here is Canada coming forward once more. Still going Canada, and she wins a free kick there. Does Ramita. Widmeta. She saw the change coming in. She just knocked it past, and that was a foul by Garcia and Athena there, who fouled the Canadian front player. And she did really well. Becky and Fleming. Jean Becky just Fleming over this. Play the football in England for Man City and Chelsea respectively. Janine Becky over this one. Fleming there too, but I think they might leave it. I think Fleming may leave it for Becky. Or will Becky leave it for Fleming? It is Janine Becky! Straight into the arms of Gallardo. In the Spain goal. That was a comfortable save in the end. Gallardo did a fantastic save. That was the first match of the tournament. So England play later, as I mentioned earlier. But here is Canada in possession with Zadorski, who plays their club football with Tottenham. Now Becky with the ball forward. Looking for Rose. Who's from Rose? Molly Des there for Bonmati for Spain. Across to Uabe. Uabe will look up, and Becky almost winning the ball back for Canada. And this is a good bit of ball for Athena down this left hand side, and Canada did well to defend well there initially by Riviera, who couldn't get on end of the goal at the end. Is Athena now for Spain, and now Uabe. It was Amoso, but she couldn't go on end of it. Very, very close there to go on end of it. Putes keeping the move alive. Back to Garcia. Now Putes once more. And now Spain with Bonmati into Mapillon. And good bit of play this. And Spain just managing to keep the ball. The ball, Guerrero whiffs the ball in. And also Congan and Buchanan was there to intercept as the Canadian goalkeeper Sheridan was coming out again, but the captain said, I'll deal with that. And now and Rose is in behind. Canada can break in, put the ball in. Rose couldn't get the ball in. Past Garcia is behind for a goal for a corner there. Good bit of play from Canada down this right hand side as that ball down there, left hand side, Spain's right as the goalie cross in. Janine Becky will look to take the corner again. The stand behind the goal is empty this afternoon over on that far side, and I think the stand where we're occupying have got a few fans in there as well. They're just over the far side where I've got the fans in for this game. That's the only stand that's opened for this match. And Spain managed to clear that corner from Jennifer Amoso, who's yet to go off the target. Yet to go on the target. Yet to get off the mark in this tournament. Becky gives possession of, but she wins it back from Garcia. Becky can't get the ball in towards the penalty area. Bonmati just having to tidy up for Spain, but she'd be putting a bit of pressure, so she's had to go back to go to Andreas, who can now clear. Mercer's there. But Spain give possession away. Now Buchanan can come forward for Canada. Lovely bit of play from the Canadians. And so far, Canada, I would have to say, have been the better side so far. So that's a lovely crossfield pass. Vieira into was a penalty area, and it's easily saved by Gordo in the end there. And Canada so far causing a number of problems for Spain, putting them under a bit of pressure, and that ball is claimed well. And now Fleming gets the ball back. And Fleming does well. Here's Vieira to Buchanan, and now into the path of Zadorski, who's doing really, really well. And Tottenham, a team she played at, has performed remarkably well in the WSL so far, which I've managed to catch a couple of games from. And there've been some good football on show in the WSL this season, and some of the players on show in this tournament do feature in the WSL as well, which is good to see. And that's a lovely ball to send Cadorna's away. Down this right hand side, she's got Garcia coming up in support of her. But instead she plays it into couldn't find the run of Garcia from right back. Good effort. Good idea, but just couldn't get the direction on the pass forward. Still goalless. And if you're just tuning into us here on the TC you're listening to Canada, Spain against Canada. 13 minutes gone, it's still goalless. If you're just joining us. Leon. Nathaniel there well. Love the ball. But Arby can't get there. Becky did well to track back and get away. Buchanan helped out. Janine Becky is playing superb so far in the games I've seen, and causing quite a few problems. With Spain's turn to try and cause a few problems, and they will look to do that. Is Athena down the right hand side, cleared up the left hand side, and Canada clear away. Buchanan by there to defend well. Will Canada give the possession back to Spain? Pates forward. Athena to Hermosa. Crossing is claimed by Sheridan, and that's an easy stop for the Canadian goalkeeper. It's been a good opening quarter of an hour so far. Spain 0, Canada 0. If you're just joining us on this Wednesday afternoon, as we see Spain win a throw-in. Good bit of play from both sides so far, but Canada, for me, being the team who have been on top. Spain 0, Canada 0 if you're just tuning in to us this afternoon. Lovely crossfield pass from Spain, and is now with Uabe, who's caused a few problems. Good bit of play. And here's Garcia coming forward. Is Garcia. Good ball inside. But Tejas! Shot is blocked. Comes out. But Arby puts the ball back in. And also can't get an end of it. It breaks. The ball into a penalty area. And it's just been Buchanan Every time the ball comes into the Canadian box, she's just getting in front of everybody. Defending well there. And that's another fantastic block by the Canadian defence when they've had to defend. They've defended in numbers, and Canada just win a free kick for a foul in the midfield. Buchanan is stepped up to be the captain for this tournament and is, well, this afternoon anyway. She's done really well so far, and she's done well in her leadership this tournament as Buchanan. But Arby gets the ball in for Spain, and they'll try and fetch it push to the right hand side, but they've having to go back to a Warby from Andreas, and this ball's down the line. Love the bit of ball down the line. Mercer tries to play down the line. Yeah, they're intercept well, and it's out of play for a throw. Still goalless then if you're just tuning into us, coming up towards 17 and a half minutes gone. It's still Spain 0, Canada 0 if you're just tuning into us this Wednesday afternoon. Good bit of play from Spain and Canada to defend really well, as Canada will have to defend here. They're coming forward is Lawrence, who's looked good so far down this left hand side for Canada as she tries to come forward again down the same side, but Spain get the ball back. Can Spain get the ball forward quickly? Because Canadians are out of position. The Canada players all out of position so far. But Godona did well there to keep the ball in, as it looked like he had just gone out for a second, but according to the officials it hadn't. And Spain will just keep possession. Good bit of movement across, so yeah. But Arby coming forward for Spain, giving the ball away by Mercer, slipped, and Fleming can break. Here's Janine Becker looking for the run of Fleming. Now Riviera. Becky back to Fleming. Fleming first time crosses in. Almost looped into the back of the net from Fleming, and Guardo just was watching it all the way. I thought I would just clip the crossbar there. Fleming, and it almost win assisted goal as Pateras now comes forward for Spain. Here is Athenia. Athenia towards penalty was crowded out, and the Mercer almost gets in. Bush and claimed the ball. Buchanan did really well to defend the tight angle and make it even more tighter for Athenia to get in behind there as we watch this game unfold. Good bit of play this is from Pateras, who's done really well in this tournament so far. Athena, I went for Pateras! And Pateras has scored and Spain take the lead. It's a beautiful well-worked goal. And all started off brilliantly by Pateras. And Pateras did really well. So let's give the ball away, and Spain just broke well. Pateras with the ball out wide. I think it was out wide there. A Wobby on the overlap. Ball cut back, and Pateras taps home from close range, in Spain are into the lead against Canada now, and Canada have it all to do. They are to win this tournament today. Wonderful ball in, and then as it stands, Spain will be winning it with England to play later. 21 minutes gone on the clock with Proteus. But Spain into the lead. That's a good start from Spain this afternoon as Canada will have to try and work out how they can get back into this game as Spain, who have just took the lead, will now just play well and safe, but Canada have got goals in their team with Becky, Fleming, Rose, and Meta, who can all score. But yeah, it's Garcia coming forward for Spain. Lovely one from Garcia, still going Garcia. Here's Proteus. Wide to Fenner, who's bringing the players just out of their no positions to create spaces for the Spanish to work into. Proteus, the goal scorer, she's now the tournament's top goal scorer as well as Proteus with 2 goals. A goal there of Becky, Gills, Bright and Schuler. Proteus is the leading goal scorer in this tournament. It's Spain, who lead against Canada by a goal to 0. And as Nicholas says, that gives England and Spain hope that they can go on to win the tournament. Also gives Germany a bit of hope as well, Nicholas. Because if Germany win later, they may end up, if this is a draw and Spain and Germany win, I'm not sure if Germany can win it depending on how this goes on. I'm not sure if they can win it now this Spain have taken the lead. But England and Germany to come later. Guerrero gets the ball forward for Proteus. And now Proteus gets the ball forward, trying to pick out. Cardona try and catch out Sheridan there, but Proteus gave the ball away well, and Canada will be happy with the area where Proteus took that shot on from, as Spain lead by a goal to 0. Here's Lawrence. And Lawrence does well to defend Zadorsky. Now Buchanan, who's defended really well for Canada so far, but their side are a goal behind, thanks to that brilliant bit of play from Proteus to get the ball out wide to Athana, who then played on to Awabe, and Awabe love ball in back, come back to Proteus, was inch perfect, and their goal is the difference so far. Played 25 minutes almost, and it's still Spain 1 and Canada 0. In this tournament so far, Spain have led in the tournament and gone on to draw their game like they did against Germany. Canada have been behind and gone on to draw their game like they did against England. And here is Patrick Guerrero with the shot for Spain, cleared away, and now Proteus the goal scorer. Lovely full work. Here's Guerrero again. Going for goal there, Guerrero, trying to catch the Canadians out, and Momity is Cardona. Cardona puts the ball across in, flicks it in towards goal, and Momity trying to flick it towards Emerso to try and get their first goal, but can Canada break away quickly? Becky trying to pick out Itema, but Itema couldn't keep the ball, or couldn't get an end of the ball forward from Becky, and he runs through to the goalkeeper. Spain 1, Canada 0. Spain currently leading the tournament in the table as things stand on 5 points. Canada in second on 4, England in third on 1, and at the bottom is Germany, who but also on 1 point. England on 2 points, should I say. And now Rudowski has to go back to Sheridan, and Sheridan will look to go forward here this evening, or afternoon or morning, depending where you are as is. Buchanan gets it back from Scotland. Now look the ball forward. Riviera caught as the ball come towards her from Army. Riviera got caught there. Let's have a look what happened. There was definitely a foul, and that was a good chance there for Canada to equalise against Spain. Iwabi was a player who was adjudged to have fouled a player should I say. Janine Becky over this for Canada. Buchanan's foul as well. Becky with the ball in towards the penalty. Him off the ball! And no more word! Only Buchanan not going end of that on the rebound. Heitman with a superb header. She's onside as well. And then he just evades Buchanan. I thought it was going to be 1-1. Tipped onto the crossbar. And the bounce just eluded Buchanan there. And now Proteus for Spin, who've just been in with a warning sign. Lawrence now. Lovely challenge. Here's Fleming now. Here's Buchanan, who's almost, if the bounce into Vader would have equalised for Canada after Artemis' effort came back off the ball. As here's Becky now. Becky with the ball in towards Rose. And Rado go across to claim possession there. Well, it's Spain all leading by a goal to nil. Somehow it should be 1-1. Played 29 minutes of the first half. Mapillion gets the ball out wide to Iwabi. Mapillion again. Andreas trying to pick out Cardano, and Aladou got back there to get the ball back for Canada, and she's done well in that midfield today, and she's caused Spain a few problems when she's got on the ball. As we watch this play unfold, Zidorski gets the ball forward. Mapillion saw that danger and cleared away. Scott now. Good bit of play there to find Becky. Now Vieira is about to Becky. Lovely one from Janine Becky to Fleming. Fleming holds up. And she's been forced to go back to Buchanan. And now is Zodorski. Lawrence. Looking for Rose. Who gets the ball across? No one was gambling. And Gallardo going end of it. And now Spain leading by a goal to nil, still thanks to Proteus. 21st minute strike if you just joined us. Just gone off for half an hour of the first half. The ball is towards Rose. who couldn't fetch it under control there, Rose, and Canada yet to really got a few problems in the last few minutes. Spain really relatively comfortable on the ball as we watch Spain coming forward. And now here is Uabe. And now mapping Leon into Andreas. And Andrea mapping Leon and mapping Leon, and now it's with Cadalo. And Spain have had chances so to Canada. But it's the goal from Pateas, which is the difference at the break. Coming up towards the break, says Spain lead by a goal to 32 minutes gone as we watch this unfold here on the commentary of us. Now, Momenti listen to Zadorsky. And that's a definite foul there from Zadorsky, pushed one Mati over. And Cheryl Foster making sure they take it from the correct position, but Spain wasn't happy. One Mati was won that free kick. Garcia. And now Spain with Uabe. Mapilleon, and Mapilleon will look forward. Good bit of play. Good defensive work. Good bit of play. And Amoso down the side. Amoso doing well. And we'll watch this unfold as now Ma'abe gets Pates in possession. Good bit of play from Amoso and Pates. Amoso into Athena, who lost out to Scott there, but Napoleon wins possession back and sprays it to Garcia. Garcia coming forward. Good play from Garcia. And now it's Bonmati. Got Garcia outside of her. But she goes inside to Puteas, the goal scorer. And Puteas goes for goal again. Shot blocked again. Zadorsky and Buchanan getting their bodies in way of that shot. Spain will keep the pressure on as Canada can't get the ball away. And now here with Spain just keeping possession well, leading by a goal to nil. Coming up towards the final 10 minutes of the game. As here is Spain keeping the ball well. Lovely bit of movement. And now lovely crossfield pass to Awabe. And Awabe will look up. Sees one of Pateas. Can't pick her out. Zadorsky's got there. 2-2 Buchanan. Pateas there. Gets it towards the Mercer. We can't pick her out. And he was out for a goal. He was out for a throw-in. It is still 1-0 Spain, who lead here in the game of Molineux. Spain will have a throw-in, which waiting for options to come. She have to hurry up otherwise she'll get booked. Here's Pateas. Pateas through the legs. And then Mercer gets there. Looks for Atheno! Shot is blocked. And he's behind for a goal. Behind for a corner, and that's a good bit of effort there from Spain again in Proteus does really, really well to get through. Buchanan blocked away, and then Athana did superbly well to get a striking on goal, and Buchanan blocked again, and he's behind for nutmeg from Alexa Proteus. Gets the pass from Scott. Bowling towards the penalty towards Giaro. But I'll be there. So to Rose loses out. Ball slipped in towards Proteus. We can't get an end of that. And Lawrence is there. But Proteus gets in front of Lawrence to concede a throw. She thought she might have got a free kick there, but it's not being given. As we watch this game unfold. Here is Becky. Good bit of play from Becky to get the ball back to Zazorski. And now shading to Buchanan, who's done well so far. Riviera coming forward now is into Zadorski. Zadorski looking up and finding Lawrence. Lawrence looks to get the ball down the line and just into Becky. Back to Lawrence and back towards Becky, who can't get on any of that. But Spain does well to clear. But that's a good bit of play from Bev Priestman's side, causing a few problems. And here's Becky for Canada. Got Lawrence on the overlap if she decides to use it, but instead she goes back to the brilliant Buchanan. Lovely run for Riviere. Drops the shoulder but loses out to Proteus. And now is Athena coming forward. Good play this from Athena. Down the line you go to the left back. Awabe now back into Mapilleon. And Mapilleon will look forward with possession. And Proteus gets the ball down the side. Del Castillo. Good play from Del Castillo. Mapilleon. Good bit of play. Bonmati just keeping possession well, and Spain just keeping possession well as we come towards the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's still Spain 1, Canada 0. Now Athena back to Awabe. Now Proteus. Athena gets in the ball in behind. Mosa's on the move. It was Mosa. Cuts back to Guerrero. No, back to Mosa. Mosa can't get a striking on goal. Comes back to Athena. Athena back. It goes well to Awabe. Back to Mosa. Mosa yet to have a goal in this tournament, as she'd be looking to end that today. Spain should be more than the 1-0 up, but Canada have defended really, really well. As now Proteus slips and allow Canada to break. And then Mati and Gioro there, and a yellow card for Gioro there for argument towards the referee. And the Senti were in fact as we watch this game unfold, yet to see this game was almost got out by Rose, who's out for a goal kick to Spain. Approaching half time now, and it's been a good first half match so far to see as we see Spain take on Canada. Should be a good game this evening or afternoon or morning, depending where you're listening to us from around the world here on the TCW, the home of alternative commentary in the Arnold Clark Cup match between Spain and Canada. Spain lead by a 1-0. And now Spain will come forward again, try and get their knows there's 2 goals in front, but Pates gives the ball to Vieira, and Vieira will lose out. And as Buchanan will get the ball coming forward. Move the ball out wide. And there is a free kick to Canada. And now it's back to Sheridan, and Sheridan takes a touch. And just as Amoso gets on top of her, she finds Riviera, and now it's with Buchanan. Good bit of play. Scott has possession. Lovely forward. Fleming now to Zadorsky. Zadorsky out wide to Lawrence. And I must say, this pitch and Molyneux this afternoon looks in slick condition. As Becky gets away down the side, Garcia wins the ball back. And now Pateas gets the ball for Watabe, and Watabe will carry the ball forward for Spain. Down the line to Athena. Back to Awabe. Athena again. Lovely run from Athena. Still going Athena. Still going Athena. Still going Athena. And Buchanan brings it down. And Athena's asking for a yellow card. This well past there. And now Spain will try and look to double their lead just before half time as we come up towards the final minute of the first 45. Spain 1, Canada 0. As this free kick will come in from the left hand side from Leon all the way through to Pates. Push the ball back. Pates gets it back inside the penalty area. So again Pates, and Pates wins a corner for Spain. Good play this. Ball in and all the way for a corner this time from Patea. After Pateas won the corner off Scott, and it'll be Amoso to take. Whipped in towards the near post, cleared away. Comes out to Mappy Leon, who heads the ball back in towards the penalty on the left hand side. Becky Axe, the ball clearing it out for a throw in. Just a small section of fans in the far stand opposite us who are watching the game so far. Wabi, Mateus just keeping possession as the Wabi. Mr. Del Castillo. And Awabi took her eye off the ball there, as we've got half time very, very shortly. How many minutes will be added on? We'll find out in about 2 seconds. And we find out there is only a couple of seconds of injury time, as there is the half time whistle. And it's been a superb first half between two brilliant sides on show and Molyneux this afternoon. Spain lead by a goal to nil thanks to Pateas' strike on 21 minutes ago. Booked for dissent is the first booking of the game this afternoon. At half time in the game between Spain and Canada. Spain 1, Canada 0. I'll be back in 50 minutes, but for now, let's hand you back to JB.
Thanks, Russ, and welcome back to Lancashire, everybody, to the studios up here in the dank cold north, where it's raining and pouring down with wind, but we're nice and warm, and in a very, very warm studio. Poor old Russ down there in Wolverhampton, freezing his you know what's off. He's going to go down for a half-time pie and a coffee or whatever beverage he takes as his fancy, and he'll be back with you for the start of the second half as well. Okay, right. So, okay, so we've got a choice of live football for you tonight on the TC Hub. We've got a Premier League game between Burnley and Tottenham, a big game that was postponed, you may remember. That's going to be on Russ's channel tonight. So if you want to listen to Burnley against Tottenham from the Premier League, with Mike Harneman, who's coming, Mike Harneman and Paul James have just made their way up to Turf Moor as we're speaking. They're going to be there for you tonight. They're going to be on TC Hub 2 for you this evening from 7:20. The other games, the other game that I'm talking about, Nicholas Jones will have that one. And that'll be on JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM, and of course Twitch as well. So all the other platforms will have the England Germany Arnold Clark game for you. So plenty. So you've got a choice of live football tonight on TC platform. So if you want the women's match between England against Germany in the Arnold Clark Cup, you can go on. You can either go on you can listen to it on these platforms, these following platforms: TC Hub, JB Sports, JDAC Football, Storm FM, and Twitch. If you want Burnley against Tottenham, that's TC Hub 2. So you've got a choice there, but TC Hub 2 is where we'll be having the Burnley Tottenham game. So please make your choices around about 7:20, and whoever you want to listen to, whether it's Mike or Paul up at Turf Moor, or whether Nicholas at Molyneux, please. Please give them all your support if you can. So anyway, that's just a choice of live offerings we've got for you on the TC Hub. This is the first of 3 live matches, of course, across the TC Hub network. We're on all platforms today for the Arnold Clark penultimate game of the Arnold Clark Cup between Spain and Canada. And Spain, as you know, leading by a 0-0, terrifically well taken goal by the Ballon d'Or woman Putellas after 21 minutes. Has put Spain in front. So that opens up the opportunities for England potentially to win the Arnold Clark Cup if they were to beat Germany handsomely with a better goal difference. So it's all open it's all back in the melting pot again. Right. Well, also we've got, of course, I'll bring you some sports news to fill up the time as well. Just to tell you that Football League highlights that have been on Quest for the last 4 years, they will not be on Quest next season. That's because ITV Sport have done a deal with the Football League, or the EFL they call themselves now. They're going to be now showing highlights from all the EFL competitions, Championship, Leagues 1 and 2, the Carabao Cup and the Papa John's final from next season onwards. So what's going to happen is ITV4 will show a highlights show around about 9 o'clock, as Quest have done for the last 3 or 4 years. And then they'll put it on out on main ITV, and then there'll be a Sunday morning repeat around about 9:25, just like the old days. And I hope they bring back that beautiful day theme from U2. That really got me wound up on a Sunday morning. I'll bring back a few memories when they bring that back later in the year. That starts from the 2-year contract, by the way, starts next season. Elsewhere in the sporting world, there's been a lot of politics about what's going on with Russia and everything else. Of course, there's talk. Of course, the Champions League final is supposed to be in St. Petersburg, and in fact, here's. Let me just talk about this whilst we're on the subject of that. Liz Truss, the Foreign Secretary, has been in the media today saying any English clubs that do reach the Champions League final on the 28th of May should boycott it if it's still held in St. Petersburg. But UEFA, however, are almost certain to move the final away from the city over the escalating Russia-Ukraine crisis. Boris Johnson has said that there's no chance of holding football tournaments in Russia that are very sovereign countries, and the UK, of course, have introduced sanctions against the Russians, of course, because of that. A number of political figures said on Tuesday that the final should be moved. Truss said on Radio 4, "I'd be appalled if the match was to go ahead." I don't believe that it should go ahead in St. Petersburg. I think it's wrong at this stage what Russia are doing internationally to have a football final there. Tensions, of course, have escalated this week with Vladimir Putin ordered troops into 2 rebel-held regions in eastern Ukraine after recognising them as independent states. There has been talk that Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, has offered UEFA, the London Bears said, we can hold a final. The problem is, the obvious choice would have been Wembley, but that same weekend, they are holding the Football League divisional playoffs for a 3-day period from Saturday to Friday. So logistically, it could be. I mean, they've got 3 good grounds that could hold the final. They've got the London Stadium, of course, in the West Ham's ground, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and the Emirates Stadium that both would seat more than 60,000 and could well capable do the job. So Sadiq Khan offering his support for London to hold the Champions League final, if not Wembley, definitely the London Stadium or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or the Emirates Stadium for that matter. I think all 3 grounds could easily hold Europe's greatest club final. No problem at all. Elsewhere in the world of sport today, there's been some drama in the Mexican Open tennis. World number 3, Alexander Zverev, has been thrown out of the Mexican Open after unsportsmanlike behaviour that saw him attack the umpire's chair at the end of a doubles match in Acapulco. Germany's Zverev argued with the umpire during a decisive tiebreaker as he and Marcelo Melo lost 6-2, 4-6 and 10-6 to Lloyd Gaspard and Harry Oliveira. He struck the umpire's chair several times with the racket. The 24-year-old then later apologised, calling his behaviour unacceptable. He was also the defending champion in the singles event. The ATP has said, due to unsportsmanlike conduct at the conclusion of the doubles match on Tuesday night, Alexander Zverev has been withdrawn from the tournament in Acapulco. And his opponent, Peter I can't pronounce his name, Grogic, has been given a walkover or a bye into the 3rd round. Zverev did write on Instagram later that he's privately apologised to the umpire, which was Alessandro Germani, and he said he was disappointed in himself. As you know, I leave everything on court. Yesterday, I left too much, he wrote. I am now going to take the coming days to reflect on my actions, and I can ensure that it will never happen again. Well, we'll soon see that. Staying with tennis, Emma Raducanu has had a stalker who walked 23 miles to her home. He's been handed a 5-year restraining order. Amit Marga has left the 19-year-old US Open champion feeling that she was constantly looking over her shoulder, Bromley magistrates heard. He was arrested after her father, Ian, was alerted by a doorbell camera. Marga from Harrow was ordered to wear an electronic tag. And then apparently he's turned up at the World number 12's home in Bromley, South East London 3 times, once to decorate a tree in the front garden with Christmas lights and leaving other decorations in a gift bag on the porch. And also on one occasion he posted a card including a hand-drawn map to show the 23 miles he walked from his home to the British number 1s. He's also from Maypole, and he was spotted by Miss Raducanu's father, who noticed a trainer he had left in the Porsche was missing, and then followed him in the car. Well, that's really bad. Let's hope he sticks to that restraining order. No one should have to look over their shoulders in this day and age. As regards tonight's action, pre-season testing has been underway in Formula One, of course, and we're not sure whether Australia will hold the Grand Prix for that one. But tonight's game, let's just build up to tonight's game quickly between England against Germany. And Sarina Weigmann has been on the presses before the game tonight, and she says England needs to be more ruthless against Germany in their final match of the Arnold Clark Cup tournament. The Lionesses have drawn 1 apiece and 0-0 with Canada and Spain respectively so far in the 2 previous games. And Kieran says hello to Kieran, but she said it's the final touch which is the hardest thing in football Weigmann added. I've seen a lot of us from the team and we want to take the next step. In all the different moments of the game, we want to improve again. I thought we created so many chances against Spain, but we really would like to score a goal. It doesn't really matter who scores the goal as long as we score the goal. We want to do better in the final third, and it's all about decision-making, connections, and scanning the situation to be more ruthless. Hopefully we can show that tomorrow. England's final match tonight, of course, caps a run of 3 games in 7 days against opposition, all ranked inside the world's top 10. And you'll be able to hear that, of course, with us only on the TC Hub. The former Netherlands boss who won the 2017 Euros with the Netherlands on their own soil took over in September and said the squad was better than I thought. We think we're taking steps and developing really well. The squad has done great, but also with the communications and the way we talk about football and how the players are committed, he added. So there we go. So plenty to watch out for there. We're waiting just to... I think Kieran wants to come in. Does Kieran want to come in there, Russ? I'm sure if he does, we'll speak to Kieran before the start. But just to remind you that we've got 2 live offerings tonight on TC Hub. Don't forget, TC Hub 2 for Burnley against Tottenham with Paul James and commentator Mike Harneman. And then it's Nicholas Jones on all the other platforms for the... all right, okay. We'll bring you into the chat. We'll bring Kieran in then. But yeah, so you've got a choice of offering. Let's bring Kieran in.
Good evening,
Kieran.
Hello, how are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. What have you made? Have you been watching the first half of this game? How have you made of it so far?
I've caught a few bits and bobs. It's so I missed the goal, I'm afraid, but it's certainly turned into an interesting one. But to be fair, this kind of helps England, as Canada and England are obviously tied on points in the table. So if Spain can hold them off and we win tonight, then should be all ours. But I didn't catch too much of it. But I saw the last 10 minutes. But it was pretty decent, to be fair.
Absolutely, and tonight's Premier League action, we've got Burnley, of course, on TC Hub 2 against Tottenham. Burnley, well, back on an even kill after winning against Brighton, which you heard delayed commentary of on all TC Hub platforms. That game's on TC Hub 2. How do you think that one will go tonight? You can have a dispassionate view on it. I don't mind.
Oof. It's the Premier League, mate. Anything can happen. I hope Burnley beat Spurs, to be honest with you, mate. We could do with it, to be honest, with regards to positioning in the table, because obviously us as Wolves sit 7th, just a point in front of them. So a loss for Spurs tonight will help us out quite a bit, and obviously a win for you will help you out a bit in your relegation battle. I think that will actually put you outside of the relegation zone if you win tonight. Oh no, it'll put you at the top. It'll put you at the top of the relegation zone.
Yeah, it will also put us within biting distance with Newcastle with 1 game in hand. And finally, before we hand back to Russ in the commentary box of Molyneux, big one for Manchester United tonight. It's a baptism of fire going to Atletico Madrid. It is a hostile... Well, Ralph Rangnick has said that they face a hostile atmosphere going away to Atletico Madrid. What do you think would be a good result for Manchester United in that Champions League last 16 encounter tonight? What would you say would be a good result for United? I think we've lost Kieran there, but Atletico Madrid and Manchester United, we will keep you updated during our TC Hub coverage. So we've lost Kieran there, I'm afraid. So
hello. Oh, bloody internet.
Oh, he's back now. You're back, Kieran. Thank you. You're right. We were just discussing Atletico Madrid against Manchester United quickly before we hand back to Ross. It's going to be a baptism of fire away from home. What would be a good result for Manchester United?
A draw, I think, just to get them out of there. Because like you say, I think it will be a baptism of fire. But I think tonight I've actually put a bet on them to lose.
Oh, interesting.
I have done, yes. I've got them down for a 2-0 loss.
Well, it's going to be a tough game, whatever happens. Kieran, thank you very much indeed for your contribution at half-time. Right, it's time to get back down from where we are in Lancashire, down to Wolverhampton to Molyneux Stadium, where Russ has informed me that the teams are out. So let's get back to him for the start of the second half. Russ, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, JB. There's been a change for Spain, and a couple of changes for Canada at half time. The Canada taking off the goalkeeper and Sheridan to replace by D'Angelo, and Quinn has come on for Aladu, who's played well in that first half for Canada, and Spain have made a substitution as well at the break with Carmona coming on for Awabi. So there's the changes at half time as the second half is now underway as Canada will try and get back on level terms after Potato's 21st minute strike is the difference as the second half is underway. And Canada just rotating the goalkeepers and giving another goalkeeper a try out, and I wonder if that will help Spain get more goals. With the score as it stands, a 2-0 win for England against Germany this evening in the Arnold Clark Cup will give England the trophy. As it stands at the moment, Spain have got the trophy in their grasp. As Pateras will keep this ball in play, but she's just flagged offside on this left-hand touchline. So when you through the two teams quickly for the start of the second half, with Spain is Gallardo, Garcia, Andres, Apiluan and Carmona, Bonmati, Guerrero, Pateas, Cardona, and Moso the captain, and Anthea. As for Canada, is D'Angelo in goal, Riviera, Buchanan, Zadorsky, and Lawrence. Quinn, Scott in the holding role, Becky, Fleming, Rose just behind, Ramata, Wetema up front. On the bench for both sides is for Spain, Panos Rodriguez, Bato Lopez, Pereira Guerrero, Sergio Gonzalez, Garcia, Allegra, and Pina as Fleming comes forward for Canada towards a penalty area. Shot comes in, is blocked, and now Spain will look to try and break with Pateras, the goal scorer. Lovely play this from Spain, but Quinn wins the ball back, and then Quinn commits a free kick and commits a foul and gives away a free kick, and Spain will have a and first booking of the second half will go to Quinn for a foul. As now one player apiece in the book from either side now. The bench for Canada is Chapman, Prince, Gills, Schmidt, Carl, Grosso, Botchak, Lasser, Yeka, and Pickett are among all the remaining subs for both sides. Sean Foster from Wales is the referee this afternoon, and so far she has refereed it quite well. Good to get the thoughts of Kieran Riley. It's half time on the game. That bit of the game is sought here, and some of the games later in the pro that's happening later on this evening, including our other game, which is going to be on Talksport 2, coming from 2 later, should I say, which I can tell you about a few moments later as we watch Spain against Canada. And this evening we'll make sure Mike and Paul, James or Nicholas will keep you up to date with what's happening in the Premier League action this evening, where Burnley take on Tottenham on TC Hub 2. England game is on TC Hub, JB Sports, JDA Football, and Storm FM, and also on our Twitch channel as well, where you can hear this on all of our platforms. This evening as this ball's in towards Pateras, who's just offside against there. The offside flag was raised over there. Well, and she is offside by a little bit. There she just went a fraction too early. She had been more. It would have been a perfectly good ball through to Pateras, but she just ran that fraction early. And you're listening to the TC Hub game as then the losers out, and now Canada trying to come forward, but Pateras, who goes to place the sides, wins the ball back for Spain. You're listening to TC Hub here, and now here is Carmona. Mateus. Down the line for Athena to chase, and Athena gets there well, and Athena's inside the penalty area. Balls across. Comes to Cardona, couldn't get down from under her feet, and that is cleared out for a throw. And there is Riviera down there for Canada. No foul in there for me. Referee again, and Cardona couldn't get it from under her feet. And Athena just ball across Cardona. Thought she had a bit more time than what she did, I think. But Quinn did well to time the challenge correctly and well. Otherwise, that could have been a second yellow very early on. Having just come on at half time, which would have been a bad substitution for Bev Priestman's side. Vieira's still down injured at the moment, so we've got a break in play. And looks like now Vieira hurt herself here. She just slipped. And she landed on the arm. Still down at the moment, Bev Priestman will be getting a substitution ready. I can see some of their official, some of their coach staff having a chat. Amongst them. There's a substitute bad injury there. One of the Wolves actual physios are on hand to give help to both teams if required this afternoon, which is good to see. Wolves putting them and their medical staff on show here this afternoon. Athena picks up possession for Spain and kind of down to 10 of the minute. Riviera off of the field. Substitution will be getting lined up in them to replace Riviera and Spain, and a big chance to level. There is the substitution now to take place as Riviera is replaced by Russo. On 53 minutes. Cole's coming off for Scott as well. And Cole has come on a right back. The place with Riviera and Rosso's on for Scott in the end. As Spain lead by a goal still thanks to that Pates strike in first half after just 21 minutes. And Spain are kind of already had to make three of them. They've already made 4 changes already. Buchanan gets the ball back to D'Angelo, and D'Angelo gets it to Buchanan, and now Canada will try and build out from the back. Spain 1, Canada 0, and Spain looking really, really well so far. As Lawrence now will play the ball forward, looking for the run of Rose. Rose gets there. Does well, does Rose. Can she get the ball in? She can. Towards Fleming. Cuts out to Lawrence, and now Rosso wins the ball back, and Canada with Quinn on possession just steadying it down a little bit and causing Spain a few more problems than what they were in the first half. As here's Rose to Quinn. Fleming won the ball back after Spain winning back momentarily. And here's Lawrence in towards Fleming. Ball back in. Fleming goes down and the referee says goal kick. She went down on the challenge of Garcia there, the right back. But the referee has said goal kick, as we just see this again. She gets a bit of the ball first there, does Garcia. Then Fleming just falls over Garcia. And it looks like Fleming may have injured the main player as Commander gets the ball forward to Mercer. Now, one more team. Good big play. Look at Athena does well. Mateus with the ball from Athena. Athena in towards the penalty area. Blocked. Gets it back. There's Athena. In towards Mateus, the goal scorer. Twisting, turning. Mateus with the cross in. Breaks towards Bumbati at the back. Post area. Back to Garcia. Garcia. Good bit of play into Andreas, and Andreas finds Mapillion, and Mapillion will look up and try and play the ball forward if she can, but she has to go back to Andreas, and Andreas will look up and feed back into Mapillion, and Leon will look forward as Spain look to make a double change next time the ball goes out of play. As Garcia, the right back, will come off in a few moments, I believe. Patesh coming forward. Good ball into the path of Carmona with a ball in towards the penalty area. Cleared away by Rose, who gets by there to intercept us. Canada, as I mentioned, all in white. Famous all white strip. It's been a traditional red and then dark blue. Pateus on the edge of the penalty area wanted it and gets it. Now Carmona wants it and she gets it. And now Leon gets it. Patrick Guiaro, and Guiaro back to Andreas. Andreas sends the ball forward looking for the run of Athena. Athena can't go into that. And he goes out of play for Spain will make a double substitution now. Number 9 and number 17 coming on. Bombati's tournament is over. Bombati is replaced by Gonzalez. Esther Gonzalez comes on. And it's also Cardona. Alicia Garcia is a player who comes on for Cardona, and Alicia Garcia did fairly well in the first game in action. I saw her, she was up there for a player of the match, even though she came on in the second half like she's done today. But Pateus gets the ball wide to Garcia. When it's with the number 17 now called Lucia Garcia, and the one who's just come on now called, and the one who's been on since the beginning is called Garcia, so that you know which Garcia I am on about this afternoon. As Garcia puts the ball out for a throw, Lucia Garcia will look to try and cause Canada quite a number of problems, as she did against Germany in the opening match without really dominating. As we watch this ball coming forward, Kennedy gets the ball back. Fleming forward to Rose, who's offside. Which the referees not noticed the flag yet. She now has the referees now noticed that flag was raised there. Cheryl Foster didn't notice the flag was raised at the end. And she's just gone offside, and she is offside in the end there. Referee Welsh didn't know. Referee from Wales, Foster, didn't notice the flag initially. She noticed it eventually. Now Potes has possession. It goes back to Mappilion, and now good bit of players. Here's Amoso. Amoso does well. Good bit of play. And now Leon does well. Now in coming in towards Gonzalez. Gonzalez does well to keep on the possession. And now it's with Carmona, and Carmona's shot is deflected into the arms of D'Angelo, the Canadian goalkeeper. Good block there as Spain will try and cause a few problems in the second half, but Canada will try and get back on level terms, but lost out here. Now here comes Gonzalez, who strikes just wide. Esther Gonzalez strike just wide there, but she claimed for a corner, which I think the referee has given, which I'm not sure it should have been really. Gonzalez turn shot. Yes, it was actually. First few didn't look like a deflection was taken. As Gonzalez will get ready to take the corner kick. We'll get ready for the corner kick coming from Amoso. Good bit of movement from both players today inside the penalty area. As the ball comes in from Amoso. And it onto the bar. This was Luis Garcia. Comes out to Gonzalez. Push round ball from Spain. Nothing given. In towards the penalty area. Comes to Castillo back to Amoso. Amoso puts the ball back in. And then across. Cleared away again by Beckett. And now Lawrence will try and get the ball clear. Spin. What's the penalty in there? For an handball. It wasn't given. And Rose to Lawrence. Lawrence lost out in his Spain's throw. Let's watch this again. Is it a handball? Not for me. Just sitting there, that's not an handball. This is a fantastic opportunity from Potes onto the crossbar and with an header as Canada fetch on Prince. And that was Artemis' last involvement there. Prince has just come on in the 64th minute. It's still Spain 1, Canada 0. Bev Priestman's side look like they might have gone on to win. They're in pole position at the start of play. And now not anymore. It's now Spain who's in pole position. Comes to Athena. And Athena's ball back in towards Gonzalez. And Youngblood claims it well. 64 minutes gone. It's still Spain 1, Canada 0. As Canada, this time may start to be running out as we try and get, as they try and get an equaliser to potentially go on to win this. As ball is gone towards their goalkeeper. Spain just keeping possession. Spain have got to play down, and she's back to her feet now. But here is Athena coming forward. Athena in towards the penalty area. Cleared away initially there. Now Quinn has possession for Canada. Quinn turns away from her marker and then turns away from Mercer. And now we'll find Lawrence via the helping of Zadorski. Now Canada coming forward with possession up towards halfway. Good bit of play. Now here's Buchanan, who's been a rock at the back for Canada ever since Spain has been in the lead. Looking for Prince, who's in behind, and Napoleon did well to clear after initially losing the flight and the height of the ball and the direction. Is now with Grosser forward to Rose, and Rose towards Prince, who couldn't get on end of that. And Canada have got the ball back. Have given the ball away, should I say, and it's Gallardo who clears long, and Bev Priestman is looking forward to see what can happen here with her involvement as we watch this game unfold. And now lovely bit of play here is Canada trying to hold Spain out to try and get a late equaliser like Germany did against Spain after being trailing for quite a while, which is what Spain have been doing, trailing since the 21st minute. We've played 66 minutes and Spain still lead by a goal to nil. Mercer gets the ball forward towards Gonzalez, back to Mercer. Jenny Mercer, who normally likes to score for Spain, has been kept quiet in this tournament so far as Canada try and get the ball forward. Good bit of play. And now Pates loses out, and now Becky tries the ball through towards Prince, who couldn't go on end of it. And Spain managed to get players back, including Napoleon, who did well to clear. Napoleon has been superb defensively for Spain, yet to put a full wrong. I'm hoping I've not now cursed her there. She did well to get across and put a block in and clear away after a defensive opponent. Andreas did well to initially clear. There's a injury to the Canadian goalkeeper to her side. Angelo came on at half time. Is now receiving some treatment, and it would be interesting to see if Canada don't have any on the bench now, so if they have to come off, they will have to use an outfield player in goal and make a change if she has to come off. But the moment Sabrina D'Angelo, the 28-year-old, plays for Visurgio in Sweden. This is a 9th cap and should have to come off very shortly. As we watch this game unfold, and that Alexia Pates' goal was her 24th goal in 94 appearances for her country. As things stand in this tournament, with the result as it is, they're not currently top on 5 points. As Becky trying to get the ball in for Canada to try and equalise. And now the 10th. Just back to Mercer. Now, lovely ball across from Patrick Guerrero. Now here's Garcia. Lucia Garcia now to Mercer. Back to Garcia. Good play. And that's so. Can't get the ball back to Lucia Garcia. in the end. Bit of play. Mapping Leon gets the ball back as well. Tries to close down. Wonderful header from Gonzalez, but she'll come back from an offside position. Spain will make a change. We also see that midfielder near Eziga comes on for Jenny Hermoso. So Jenny Hermoso in this tournament hasn't scored a 43 international goal. She couldn't add to that in this tournament as she has just been replaced by Niera Izagara. As you're watching Spain take on Canada. Spain leading by a goal to nil into towards the final 20 or so minutes. Coming up towards 19 minutes left to play. Athena, who came into the Spain squad following an injury to Rona Cotendena, who picked up an hamstring injury in the first game against Germany last week, which lasted a week, just 6 days ago. But down to Athena, Proteus in towards come on again. Proteus, come on there, wherever there to give a free kick has been given. A good bit of play. And now Lawrence gets the ball back as Zadorsky finds Buchanan, the captain for Canada, into Quinn, back to Zadorsky. Zadorsky's looking up. 72 minutes gone. Spain 1, Canada 0. Spain slowly hanging on, and time beginning slowly to run out for Canada, unless they can get something here to try and get on to win it and win the tournament outright before England take on Germany later. This is a good result for England and for Spain. Spain currently in pole position as things stand for the group tonight, unless England win by 2 goals against Germany, and then the English side, then the Lionesses, Serena Wiegman's Lionesses, will win the tournament. But as it stands at the moment, Spain are leading the tournament and are leading Canada. There's a free kick for Spain. 1 booking apiece in what has been a fairly good game. The referee, Sean Foster from Wales, has allowed this to continue. Played some WSL matches for Liverpool and was a decent player back in the day. Now she's having a very good refereeing career. Impressed with her run. She'll goes for goal, blocked. Comes out to Alexa Proteus. Chips in towards Athena, who can't get there. And Jandlo, the goalkeeper, who was looked to be struggling a few moments ago, seems to be okay now. And is able to continue the game. Spain 1, Canada 0. So far, 74 minutes gone, final 16 minutes. Approaching the last quarter of an hour to play very shortly. And Fleming gets the ball back and ball flicked. He's offside against Prince there, who got in behind for a moment, but Prince just couldn't time a run to get in behind. As we watch some of the action unfold, as we've got some announcements for some TV matches in the Premier League just being confirmed. I'll bring you that in the next stoppage of play. If we can get a stoppage in play, it's been an action-packed second forward. Game and to D'Angelo. D'Angelo clears long, but she doesn't show any signs of that injury she picked up moments ago anymore. Unless she might have been struggling enough to fetch off an outfield player to go put an outfield player and going an outfield player for D'Angelo. But we get some more forward. Looking for the run of Rose. Who gets there? Fleming now. Good ball into Lawrence if she can keep the ball in. She can. Sheila Garcia was there to block her off. Fleming inside to Rose. Quinn. Zadorski. Buchanan now. Buchanan with the ball in. Towards a penalty area. Looking for Prince. But the flag is up again against Prince. And she's not happy. And you just look at this again. Let's have a look. Just offside there. As kind of make yet another substitution is the number 26. The cast comes on. And she has replaced the brilliant Janine Becky. As Prince almost went in again after Spino tried to play it out from the back. Made a mess of it. Prince just fired it wide. It's still Game 1, Canada 0. If you're just joining us. With some of the big ties which are on TV, I won't go through them all, but some big ties on TV. Man United against Leicester, Liverpool, Watford, Everton, Man United, Villa against Spurs, Man City against Liverpool amongst some of those, and also Norwich against Burnley is on the 10th of April, JB, 2 p.m. kick-off for that one. Some of the matches there. No Leeds United matches chosen for TV coverage in the start of April. As at the moment in time, maybe some later in the month may be shown, but not at the moment. For Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United side, and it's with a good towards the edge of the penalty where Fleming is. Fleming loses out, and now Spain will look to try and break, but Buchanan gets the ball back. And now Lawrence. Lovely run from Lawrence. Are wide. To the cast. The cast inside the penalty. The cast goes for goals straight down the throat of Gallardo in a fantastic save in the end from the Spanish goalkeeper to keep her side in the lead. It is still Spain 1, Canada 0. If you are just joining us this evening, here's Fleming now. Euro, yes, Spain away from possession, from trouble in Spain, almost gaining down the left hand side, Canada's right hand side, with Athena, who's done really, really well since she's come into this game today. She's done well from the start. Athena caused Canada a few problems. Buchanan lost out. Gonzalez got the better of her that time, and Gonzalez got the better of her again, but gives possession away. Now Quinn loses out. Ziziga gets the ball through to Garcia. Lucia Garcia back to Zire. Zire was losing out, and now it's Rose. And Rose does well against Sheila Garcia. And Sheila Garcia gets back at her and wins a throw there, does Rose, and she did very, very well there, Rose. Causing a few problems. And Sheila Garcia had to get that challenge right of where she could have given away a free kick, but Canada coming forward. Lawrence now on this right hand side. Mainly played on the left. Buchanan has possession now. Good bit of movement. In towards the penalty area, cleared away by Spain momentarily. Now is a brilliant turn away. Quinn. Good ball out wide. Call with the cross. It comes all the way across. He breaks and he clears downfield. That's a good clearance. But Canada coming once more. Canada are not over this year into the last 9 minutes or so. It's Spain 1, Canada 0 as we watch this game unfold, and it's a lovely run from the gas. The Cass. Yes, goes down into the box, and she is. And she knows booked her for diving. For the Cass for diving there. Yes, she does. No challenge there, and the referee, Cheryl Foster, got that absolutely spot on. I thought initially she gave a free kick and was booking Carmona, should I say, but Lacasse booking for a simulation there. 2 bookings to Canada, 1 to Spain. And she decided straight away that it was going to be a dive by the Canadian winger. Rosso gets the ball forward to Prince, who controls it well, and now it's Zadorski gives the ball out wide to the left hand side, and Fleming to Call loses out by Lucia Garcia. Now Rugaro, Sheila Garcia, Rugaro goes and Canada have worked this well, and one corner came off Andreas at the back in there, and that's a brilliant bit of play for Canada. All the corner. Good bit of play. Fleming up from the back. Fleming's inside the penalty area. Fleming goes across to take the corner instead. Rosso there for support. Buchanan's inside the box. Rose 2. Quinn. Prince in there. As is Zadorski. Lawrence trying to get down on the edge of the penalty as a lay runner. Fleming delivers it in. And then they just storm the ball in the end. From Prince. And that should have been the equaliser. Really should have been the equalising goal. That should really have done a bit better there. The referee now says the Spain manager, Jordi Vilga, into the book. Brilliant game so far. And Spain, through Patesa's goal, Here's the difference. Canada knows that Spain can be got at especially when they lead, as Germany proved. Fleming with the ball in. Runs away, but Rose can get there, can she? Yes. And does well, does Rose. Back it goes. Sadowski into Quinn. Quinn turns away. Quinn coming forward. And that's a brilliant challenge for Exore. And now, almost time for player of the match to be announced. And I've already decided I'm going to give it to, and I'll announce this shortly, for the player of the match, sponsored by the brilliant commentary services. We'll get ready to announce that shortly for you guys. Let me know who you think should be given player of the match, and we'll see if you agree with my verdict in a few minutes. Jibby, if you want to put it in, who you think should be player of the match, from what you've heard me describing this game in, you can do as Spain look to get the ball forward and just hold it in the corner. And Thea can't get there. Spain very, very close to hanging on to deny Canada the chance to win the title. Of Arnold Clark Cup, the inaugural Arnold Clark Cup. Not yet to find out the attendance at Molineux for this afternoon's game. We'll try and find out for you before we do finish. As we watch this game, it is captain by Puteas. You can lose out to Athena. Now it's Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Carmona. Carmona down the line, and Buchanan's there, but Athena trying to close it down, but she is fouled. Buchanan in the process. And now, player of the match is going to go to Map Leon today. I know that Alexia Puteas has got the goal and has worked well, but Map Leon has defended really, really well. Defended from the front, from the back, even though she's not the Spain captain. A Spain game from behind it, trying to. Gonzalez pushes the shot into the side netting. Gonzalez goes for goal, but Map Leon, the player of the match today, brilliant defensive performance from this afternoon. And she is the TCUB's player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services. Good play from Spain to get the ball in, but Gonzalez is striking to the side netting. I don't know if this was a moment when Spain conceded a goal to Germany late on in the last game in the 88th minute against Deutschland for España, and Puteas gives away a free kick, and Spain will have to do some defending as the Canadians will come forward. They're not out of the woods yet. Mapilleon and the Spain defence does well as Mapilleon gets the ball away against Puteas, and now that's a brilliant ball to Athena. Athena down on the left hand side. Lovely one from Athena. Athena with the penalty in towards the penalty area. Athena still going, and she concedes a goal kick. I thought that Athena had won a corner there for Spain at the moment, but obviously the ball come off her last and out of play. Spain 1, Canada 0. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? Alexis Puteas' strike on 21 is the difference. Canada have had chances but failed to turn them. And Janine Becker, one of their star players, was taken off in the 37th minute. As for Spain, Jenny Hermoso was not on the score sheet in any of the matches and didn't make the leaderboard for the game today. Here's Lawrence now. Lovely one from Lawrence. Still going Lawrence. It was a penalty error. Lawrence pushed the ball in. And oh! There was no one in there for Canada. It was Fleming inside the penalty. Fleming goes down. No penalty, says Joe Foster. No VAR here though. We're going into stoppage time, which there'll be 6 minutes of stoppage time. 6 minutes added on here at the end of this match. Can Canada get back on level terms? The corner, Mappy heads it wide. It's a corner kick. And Canada doing very, very well today, but just lacked the clinical edge in the final few minutes. They've lacked the clinical edge today, and they've almost got that clinical edge there a few months ago. Brave Priestman knew that was probably the moment for the Canadian side to get back in, get on the score sheet. Canada have scored from the corner in this tournament. Fleming will take it. Fleming with the corner. And it comes straight into the arms of Gallardo, who keeps the ball in her hands. And Foster will take her time over this. Almost 1.5 minutes gone of the 6 added on, and that ball forward from Gallardo is Ocampo Buteas, but now Canada just lose out in the midfield area. Lucia Garcia trying to battle well and concedes a throw-in. No, concedes a free kick. Foul on Buchanan. Buchanan takes it quickly, but the ball was moving according to Cheryl Foster. There's a late change for Spain, which sees Siragi come on. And it's Athena, who has done well. Who's done well today, will come off. The 21-year-old comes off, and it's Mura Sagare who comes on. D'Angelo will clear the ball forward for Canada. Try and get everybody forward for the Canadians as Priestman's side will try to get a goal to put Canada back in pole position. But no like that they can't. And now Gonzalez. Seregi in space as she's just come onto the field and she's scored the ball now. Seregi on possession inside the pen, cutting towards the edge of the box. Breaks for Puteas. Seregi going to play back in towards Gonzalez. Sheila Garcia win the ball back. Zadorski clears away. Mapillion clears the ball forward. Lovely ball forward again. Looking for one for Gonzalez. But the ball was through to D'Angelo, and D'Angelo rolls it out quickly to Zadorski. Final couple of minutes or so. There's a slip there in the vital moment. That's a wonderful ball forward. Of time added on. Spain lead by that slender goal to 0. Thanks to Puteas' 21st minute strike in the first half. So for no goals in the second half to bring you here on the commentary of us. Now the ball sends it forward. It's cleared away and he runs out of play for a goal kick. Canada lose out and is thrown to Canada. One of the subs acting as ball person. for the last few minutes. And so Canada's come down really quickly. So there you get backwards it goes. Spain, but they just went out of play. Canada with a throw-in. Lawrence will send it forward, and she's got to send it forward quickly. It's down the line. There's a booking for Carbona for a foul. Olga Carmona booked for a foul there. That's the second booking for Spain in this game. And Canada will have to get the ball inside the penalty area. There's a minute left to play, or less than that. Canada need to score here. We'll see them finish at least above Spain in the table. Ben Priestman watching on. Hoping for a good delivery from Grosso. He's in towards the penalty area. Mapillion out. Watching on across there as a defence helped her out. And now that's ball. Spain getting away for safety. But it's less than 10 seconds. There's 10 seconds to go now. Can Canada get the ball forward? The last chance to lose now. Has to go forward from Buchanan. He does. He goes. She loses out. Pateas just needs to hold on to the ball. And it's out for a throw to Spain. The time is up. Buchanan is down. Pateas is doing very well today. Spain lead by a goal to 0. And it looks like he's going to be the difference. Alexis Pateas' goal in the first half looks like it to be the difference. And it'll be taken by Carmona. Down the line it goes. And there goes a full-time whistle. England or Spain will win the tournament after Canada failed to take advantage of that in the end. Canada have finished on 4 points. A win, a draw and a defeat. Spain finished with 2 draws and a win. They currently sit on 5 points. If England do that as well and win by 2 goals this evening, they will win the Arnold Clark Cup. But full time it is finished. Spain 1, Canada 0. Back over to your man, JB.
Thanks, Russ. Thank you for your contributions. It was a terrific finish, wasn't it? A great game of football. It's just a real shame that there wasn't many people at Molineux, I'm afraid, to see that. And I have to say that's a little bit disappointing. But nevertheless, a great performance there from Spain. They won it for a goal on 21 minutes. And terrific result for them as that final whistle sounds. So the Olympic champions beaten by a goal from Pratella Segura, the women's Ballon d'Or women's winner last year. 21 minutes, the goal was timed, and the Olympic champions, despite the best efforts of Janine Becky and co, Becky later substituted in that game, as Russ was referring to earlier, wasn't enough to save Canada's skin. So England or Spain now could win the Arnold Clark Cup. And England have got their opportunity in just over 3 hours from now to do just that. And you'll be able to hear that. And you'll be able to find out here on the TCO, where we'll bring you audio commentary around the world with Nicholas Jones. He'll be bringing you alternate commentary at that one. 7:20 we start on the TC Hub, Twitter, on the TC Hub, JB Sports, JDAT Football and Storm FM and Twitch. Those are the platforms if you want the England-Germany women's match, okay, for the Arnold Clark Cup. We do have Premier League football on the TC Hub network as well with Mike Harneman and Paul James, and you can hear that one on TC Hub 2. So if you want Burnley against Tottenham, both games incidentally kick off at 7:30 this evening. So both programmes, whether you're listening to the England-Germany women's match or Burnley against Tottenham, which is going to be on TC Hub 2, all other platforms, it will be England-Germany. So a choice of listening on the TC Hub network for you this evening. So you have your choices. and we'll put that out on Twitter for you, and then you can make your own mind up whether you want to listen to Nicholas Jones at Molineux for the England women's game. Will they win the Arnold Clark Cup, or will Burnley get themselves further out of trouble by beating an rived Tottenham, who won at Manchester City on Saturday? So it's going to be an interesting choice for you to listen to this evening. You'll have Mike for the Burnley game. You'll have Mike Arneman and Paul James at Turf Moor. So there you go. Thank you very much to Russ, and thank you to Kieran, who came on at half time. He's also after the big one tonight at Molineux. Well, it's all down to England now. Can they win the Arnold Clark Cup? That'll be interesting. Spain now top that round robin stage, and if they hold on to that, if England don't win by 2 clear goals or more, then it'll be Spain that take the Arnold Clark Cup back to Spain. But we're all praying for an England victory right tonight, right? Let's hope so. Nicholas Jones will be your man on the TCR itself, JB Sports, JDAT Football, and Storm FM. That game will also be live on Twitch. And finally, Burnley against Tottenham. You can hear that on TC Hub 2. Anyway, my thank you to Russ and to Kieran, who came on at half time. But the news here is that Canada, the Olympic champions, have been beaten, and they can't win and they officially now cannot win the Arnold Clark Cup. But good result for Spain. Segarra's goal, the Ballon d'Or winner's goal after 21 minutes, has put Spain in with a real chance. It's over to England, Germany now. See you all. Join Nicholas in 3 hours' time to see if England can do it. Take care from me, JB, and from all the TC Hub team. To have a very good evening and enjoy all the commentaries that we've got coming up for you tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.